All right. Craig is now recording. It is 8:05 p.m. on August the 31st, 2022. This is the August council meeting for Awaken the North. Mr. Hydraton, will you take roll, please?
All right, who all we have here? We've got Callista.
Here.
How you doing tonight?
I'm all right.
Galaxy, how you doing tonight?
Very good. Thanks for asking.
Mr. Russ, welcome.
Thank you kindly.
Miss Sprinkle.
Good evening, sir.
Dan, the man chair. Oh, Mr. Craig.
David.
Here.
David is in and out due to internet issues, but he is here.
Mr. Goathy Beast.
I'm here as well.
Jay, you are here as a proxy for Carla, but also
Correct.
attending for yourself, correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Soul, Chancellor of Emissary. Did I miss anybody? Oh, there's Mr. Doc.
Hello.
Hello.
So we've got Callista, Galaxy, Russ, me, Sprinkle, Beast, and Jay for Carla, and Soul with that for the counselor, and David for the council. And then chairs are Doc and Dan, and Jay for the chair also.
Kids, we're going to hop straight into it this month. Callista, being alphabetical, you are first on the list. Do you have your report ready, dear?
I do.
The floor is yours.
On the PR side, I don't have a whole lot to report. Yesterday, I created a document to send out to the emissaries. I will also be employing that for the PR team once I get them a little bit more organized. And by them, I mean all two of them. So, more people. Once I get more people and get them organized, that will be helpful. Hopefully, it's about creating more effective promotional materials, basically just like a design. Sorry, somebody's shooting fireworks in the background, and it just was really distracting there for a second. Like guidelines to help people put together more effective materials for events and things like that.
You say both of them. Who is the other one besides Dan?
I count Momo. I know that Momo officially turned me down, but what?
I'll accept it.
Yeah, the work that she's done with the banners and everything. I count that as working for PR too. So,
That works.
yeah. As far as the newsletter goes, gotten some submissions. Soul has actually volunteered to be my next sacrifice. I mean, create a new segment about like basically dealing with UPG with various deities for the newsletter. So he sent me his first installment of that. I need your corner, Beast, and Mike, I need yours. And yeah, I'm still kind of in that I need more, give me more phase. So Corey says she's got me. I'll keep an eye on my inbox.
Do you need anything for the children's section still?
Whatever you want to send. Usually, I just
I'll do
go
some
on.
research.
Okay, yeah, that would be great.
I have an idea you all might like for the newsletter.
Okay.
I could do like a binder of the month, do a rune pool based on what we need to see or what we need for the month, and make a binder out of it. Explain it.
Okay. Kind of like a well, I guess it'd be like a rune of the month, like a
Quarterly, a rune of the quarter.
rune of the quarter.
Essentially, but it'll be more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
The newsletter comes out quarterly,
yeah,
not monthly, so it'd be a rune of the quarter.
Yeah.
So it's seasonal, right, as well? So we could
Yes.
be more rune of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely work with that, Doc.
Oh, I like that.
But you're running out of time, so get on it. I'm writing you down. You're stuck now. Doc is doing.
I have a commission that I gotta do before Saturday, so I'll have it done Sunday.
Okay.
Sorry. Anything else going on in your corner, Callista?
Not really. I'm
Move on.
usually pretty dry, which is a good thing. I don't want there to be a whole lot to discuss for PR. So
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and mention the upcoming courses that we have coming out? We have the 2 workshops coming up.
Oh, the workshops. Yes. We do have the 2 workshops coming up with Ryan Smith. And I'm really looking forward to them. We've made some changes to make them a little bit more open and accessible. And we've been kind of in talks with Ryan to make sure that everything is going smoothly there, and he's all on board. So very much looking forward to that. Yeah.
Moving on to David. David is Chancellor of IT Program. You have a bunch to report this time.
Oh, yes. Usually I have absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, this time there is much. We've been having all kinds of website issues this month. We had a huge malware thing that I think I've finally gotten everything cleared out of there. I think we had something close to like 1,500 core PHP files that were corrupted, which meant I had to go through and fix all of them, which was lovely. We now have some much better security software on there, so hopefully that'll be something that won't happen again. Yeah, it should hopefully be a significantly smaller problem now dealing with all of that.
So at this point, the website is up and should stay up every day now. Is that correct?
Yes, it is up, should stay up, and if for some reason we have an issue like this again, I'm doing a weekly offline backup. So keeping all 52,000 files from the ATN website on my computer, just in case.
So I won't have to call in the tech support and have them reset the
reset the core files all the time. No, hopefully that will not happen again. And if it does, I'm now familiar with getting in touch with tech support and dealing with their nonsense.
Great. I know it's been a hectic last couple of weeks with all of this trying to get the website fixed and secured. And I appreciate all the help that you've been doing on that and all the hard work to get it to where it's not going to repeat itself.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. We've now got a decent firewall on there that should be coming out of Learning Mode on Monday. So it's currently keeping track of like who's logging in, what kind of activities they're doing, and that way anything unusual outside of normal website activity, it can then stop.
Awesome. Going down the list, next in alphabetical is our treasurer, Russ.
All righty, everybody. Look over my notes real quick. All right, July financials. That is... Yeah, there is an error in what I sent to Galaxy, so I will try and correct it if I can. July, we had a net gain of $83.30, which is way up from the $27.11 that we had in June. Fabulous. Patreon actually dropped a bit. $370.03 in July, down from $307.87 in June. But in August, it's spiking way back up to $452.39. Big winner, we had $358 in sales from the ATM store. That probably is a record, I want to say. 90% sure it is.
It is.
Awesome job, dude. You blew away from marketing. Year to date, thanks to July being $80. We're now $83.30 for year to date in 2022 through July. August is going to push that quite a bit higher because August so far is a very good month. Patreon. Like we said, July dropped a tad bit by $17 to $370. That's spiking back up to $82 in August to $239. Forecast wise, July was kind of outlier month. We've been tracking pretty close. July was way higher in both revenue and expense, coming in 280 over on revenue and 217 over on expense. We had forecast a net gain of $20 in July. We actually net gain of $83.05. So for 500% increase or 400% increase. Nice job there. Otherwise, things are going as they usually do. Any questions for the old numbers and whatnot?
One thing, Russ, that I don't know if you've got access to this or if I need to send this over to you, but Teachable as well was at $120.15 in earnings, which is a 209% increase from last month.
That is pretty fabulous. And I do not believe I have access to see the Teachable numbers.
Okay, I'll have that email those over to you as well. I'm not sure if that was set up properly or not, but I'll get on that.
Thank you, David.
Yep.
Ruby, any questions for Grable? Nope. All right, Russ, thank you very much. We appreciate all you do as always.
Right.
Let's pop down to the next one here. Mike, our hydrant.
I had a pretty uneventful month, actually. I don't remember. Nothing like stands out.
As far as
Did it-
disciplinary actions and such, there have been
Yeah,
none.
as far as like the sheriff's side of my job,
Right.
nothing really stood out. Did a little update on the bylaws. It was just to make sure that the chancellor trainings that everybody's gone through now. Everybody has gone through it, right? Just to make sure that those match in the bylaws from what's actually on the training side of it. Other than that, I don't really have anything to report. Something I'm forgetting about, Mr. Beast?
We do have a new opening for a chancellor.
Yeah, but that's not really my lane, is it?
I'll discuss it when it becomes our turn, so that's fine there. You have the updated bylaws and code of conduct ready to go on the website?
I've sent them to you. We probably should review them, changes, and vote them in. There's nothing really no real changes. We added the president position officially into the bylaws. That probably needs to get reviewed before and voted in. That's the only real major change there. The rest of it's just kind of some verbiage that got changed in the training for the description of each of the chancellor's roles. Not very much change at all from the original bylaw on most of those. Of course,
We can set up, Galaxy can set up a time that most of the chancellors will be able to be here together again here within the next few weeks, and we'll have a bylaw party and go over the bylaws and COCs, go through, compare the differences, and get them ratified and voted in.
Yep. Yeah, I just got that done today, so I didn't get it out before the meeting, so I don't know that we really could vote those in today. Other than that, I've been focused on my school and work, and I haven't really done a whole lot. Haven't really, everything's been good.
As always, if your position doesn't have anything to report, it means it's been a good month.
Probably.
All right, moving on down to the next one, Sprinkle.
That's me. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Chancellor of Member Affairs. Let's see here. We have 18,071 public Facebook page members, 2.0K public Facebook group members, 255 members of the Facebook, members on our Facebook group. Sorry, let me say that the right way. Facebook group members. And that's the members page, 255. Our Discord currently is rooming 578 humans. 297 of those are members. 132 are guests. TikTok has 6,587. We've gone up. All of the numbers went up, by the way, this month. I should have started with that. Twitter followers, we have 6,587. Sorry, that was TikTok was 6,587. Twitter was 4,771. Instagram, we have 863 followers. YouTube jumped up, I think it was almost by 20 this month. So we have 178 on YouTube now. ATN website is hosting 345 members currently. I approved 26 new members this month and only had to decline one app, which was awesome. And that one was declined because of age reason. I told them to reapply when they turn of age. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing really new in my department as far as COMA. I've been trying to make more regular posts to get out to people in our Discord guest area to get them to consider maybe applying for membership. Unfortunately, my chair's been under the weather and so has their family, so we haven't got to connect much recently to get some things delegated. Member map, I'm actually currently working on it tonight. It's looking good. Beast had it nice and set up for me to take over. Trying to think anything else on my list here. I think that's all I got.
Well, thank you very much for everything you do. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Let's move on next to Saul.
Hello. All right, so we actually had a bunch go on this month. As of right now, I have 9 emissaries trained in the field, with another one coming anytime now. Processed 1 new application. We had 8 emissary events this month. 3 of those were meet and greets. 2 were Discord voice chats. 1 was an Insta Live, Suzanne's reading, and Discord watch party with Jay. And so far for next month, I have 6 planned. Heather's got a meet and greet. Momo and myself are doing an Insta Live for a full moon ritual. Suzanne's reading, and I have 2 meet and greets. Like I said, we have 1 new emissary trained up, Michaela. She's just getting into it. I got her in yesterday, and we are waiting on 1 more. That's about it.
Did Michaela get her email and stuff working?
Yes, her email is all set up.
Awesome. All right. Well, as I knew it would, the emissary program is growing quickly.
Yes, it is.
Corey.
And the book club, which is also an outreach of your emissary program, I don't know if you know that, my friend, is doing fabulous. We meet weekly, and we're recording now. So if you want to catch up, get on the ATN website or the YouTube page and catch up to the book club and come read with us on Thursday nights in the Discord chat.
Gotcha.
Awesome. All right, we have Jay sitting in this evening for Carla for our Regnum Bodhi hit.
Hello. So just reading what Carla sent me. Currently we have 65 members in Discord, 39 in Facebook. We've had 2 applications this month. We did not have any observances for August. September, we have Ally Week and Bisexual Awareness. And Bisexuality Day is September 23rd. We are currently supporting the Trevor Project, the Common Cause, National LGBTQIA2S Society, PFLAG, National Alliance on Mental Illness. She said no interesting news from our department. I know that I'm doing some write-ups for LGBT History Month, which is coming up in October. And yeah.
You're going to get those write-ups to Callista when you are done, right?
Correct.
That way Callista can get them in the newsletter?
Yes.
Yeah. I was actually just making a note here. Can you send me a list of all of those projects that we're supporting with a description as well?
I can, yes.
Thank you.
Callista, if you go to the website in the building community and click on the Regnably 8, they're right there too.
Oh,
got the
good to know.
Where was that?
On the website, the Awaken the North website, under building community. If you click on Regnably 8, it will give you a list of all the different projects that we support as a community, along with the brief little blurb of each organization, who they are, what they do, and links to their websites.
Perfect.
The website also now has a new spot on the Regnably page, as well as a handful of the other specific pages, where at the top it automatically posts that Chancellor's blog posts. So someone going to the Regnably 8 page will see at the top all of the posts from the Rainbow Plan on the blog. So that's there and available. Let's see. We have a new chair with us this evening. Doc is one of my chairs, chair of religious studies. Doc, unmute yourself and give a quick hello and what it is you do.
Hello. Runes is what I do best. Daily Cruise is probably where I'll be for a long time. I've only been really on this path for about a year, but I've dived at first and I've absorbed a lot of knowledge, but there's still a lot of shit I don't. So you'll probably see me be fairly quiet unless it's BSing or being a smart mouth. But I try to be respectful about it, so shouldn't cause issues.
You've taken over.
Right?
What?
Does that sound about right?
Yep. You've taken over our daily rune posts from the Galaxy. You've been doing awesome getting those out there. I know she appreciates that being off her plate too. And it is good seeing different perspectives up there for folks. So, you did also just publish a book.
Yep. The book's titled "I Have a Book for That," and Soul will be getting his copy, I believe, at the end of probably Monday next week. So we'll have somebody that can tell us how good it actually is. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I tried to model it after what I wanted for my own reference book, which was something that gives a little bit of more of divination meanings and a little bit of the history, but it doesn't go so deep that you get watered down in the book, and you don't end up not retaining anything.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I look forward to reading it when it comes out.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Galaxy.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to start real quick with Storm's update. Unfortunately, this was meant to be Storm's last meeting, which means we will also need a Chancellor of Racial Diversity. For September. Oh, what's that, piece?
To step down. Storm has asked to step down and be replaced due to their hectic schedule with life and work and school starting back up. We love them dearly, but they don't have the time to devote to being a chancellor at this point. So
they just got accepted into a new program.
Right.
Right. So for September the 15th through the 30th is Hispanic Heritage Month. And the 30th is National Truth and Reconciliation Day.
Okay.
As far as the programs go, we are supporting Summit Wellness, BIPOC Project, and Lines for Life, as well as a few others you can find on the website. Now, let's go to reminders. Callista hit on the submissions for the newsletter. Merchants' donations are due for the loot box. Fundraiser items are coming due. As far as fundraiser items go, whether you are a member, a merchant, an artisan, a creator of any kind, or a shop owner of any kind, you can donate to the fundraiser for ATN. All the monies being raised in this particular fundraiser are to help us get up a notch or two and give us the ability to feed our programs. That we have scholarships for people who want to join our courses. We have emergency fund programs for people who need assistance. And there are many other small projects that we constantly have going. So that is going to be our first formal fundraiser. And we're collecting items until October 25th. And then we will start the auction on November 1st, which will get objects to everyone in time for Yule. So
Awesome.
that's exciting. Super exciting. We mentioned it already. We have openings. Are we still, sorry, Russ, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but are we still looking to replace you, or are you going to remain our ghost in the wind in the deep, dark corners of that beautiful land?
I'll be the ghost as long as you need me to be a ghost when you find somebody else.
Okay.
I-
So we're passively searching for a treasurer. It'll be hard to replace our man of the hour, but we will keep an eye out. And then Storm has stepped down, and we also need a chancellor for military. We have a list of chairs we need as well. If you find yourself available for military chancellor of chair of diversity, or for the emissary program, we have lots of openings for people to support their community. Moving on down the agenda list. David, I spoke to you for a moment briefly today. I know you aren't feeling well and I have a sick child, but we need to work on a form to log the issues and repairs that are done in IT. And then I had a note here, Beast, do we need a form for all chancellors to maybe report issues and repairs? Those words are going to sound funny for, obviously, if our HD has an issue, its repair is more of a personal thing than a quick repair. But do we need some form of log for everyone, or just IT?
I think the log for the IT is all that's really needed. David's already got a log going.
Okay.
He's keeping track of the stuff he's got going on, so that part's fine. I think anyone else who has the issue come up with anything, we can always use the 360 form and
Perfect.
submit any issues that may be through there.
I'm going to take that off my list. You had mentioned to David to get me the report, and we just don't have a system for that at the moment.
The pre-meeting report form is already active on the website.
No, I mean as far as like issues for filing IT report issues.
Okay.
Like as a history.
Yeah, well,
function?
Beast had asked David to get with me and file a report on the incident that had happened, but we don't have that in play. He has a report himself, but not one that he can send to me.
Make a note of that, and I'll make one tomorrow.
Okay. And how about that new course you're working on, Beast?
The new course that's going to be coming out within the next few days is the Norse symbols and folklore course, where we go over the different various symbols that are floating around out there today and look and see if they are actually Old Norse symbols or if they are folklore.
Wonderful.
People are confused on what is what.
That's going to be exciting.
Yep, that's in the works. It should be finished here within the next few days.
And then all that's left on my notes is from my desk. As scribe, I have been helping update some of the website pages and working on all of our history reports and tracking down research. I have also started a new project. Callista, I'll have to get with you eventually on this. It's taking me a little longer than I had hoped, but I am researching places for us to advertise. I'm actually going through at the moment through every single Norse Facebook page I can find, searching them for red flags against racism and inequality. And the ones that have no red flags, I am becoming a member of and doing a little further research to make sure it is okay with their group that we post and that it is people that would follow along with our belief systems. And I'm looking for outside sources. If anybody wants to pitch in on this, we're looking for community bulletin boards, Norse pagan groups, any place we can advertise our fundraiser and our courses and things like the new event we have coming up with, I'm sorry, his name's not in front of me, with the author of Fire and Ice.
Ryan Smith, yes.
Thank you. So I do have a small list. I can give you 5 new Facebook pages that have been okayed for posting.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm working on that. That's what the scribe's desk is doing at the moment, is trying to find us more places to advertise.
Okay.
And Beast, you and I didn't get our last minute moment together. You had a project and I have a sick baby. But that's all I have on our to-dos besides more content. Oh, wait, I lied. I'm going to call out a bunch of people. Beast, I need you to get with Goblin and Momo. I already got with Storm, Doc, David, Mike, Callista, Rachel, Dan, and Carla. All owe me Have 'em all videos.
Doc sent
Turn mine into bees.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Doc
sent his to me.
Beast, you and Corey and I are also on that list, but we get ours in pretty regularly. So I'm gonna fold my arms and not tell on myself or you today. How about that?
You can send me more if you want to.
Well, they are all assigned. We need how do you heathens, and then Callista. We didn't get any further on that. Are we doing the next step? Do we? Have you
Yeah, I would like to. I'm still brainstorming on that, like what direction I want to take on that.
Okay.
Yep.
Beast, how many more How Do We Heathens do we have?
How many do we have done at the moment?
Yeah, how are we,
None.
a week?
We're
None. Oh. Dan,
We're
is
out.
that a video you just sent me?
The last 2 weeks is we need people to start doing stuff because we're out. But
Okay.
nobody's been wanting to do any.
Well,
So-
I know you guys are getting tired of seeing my face and Corey's face, but we're the only 2 that do them regularly, so you're going to get stuck with us if you people can't step up. Members, too, please, anyone listening to this video, it's easy for us. We're all looking at each other and chatting along like friends here, but members and people who are listening to our meeting, tell us how you heathen. Tell us why you heathen. Tell us where you heathen.
The one here that is exempt from that I do not want to participate is Russ.
Oh, because we'll all swoon?
Because if Russ starts doing them, then no one's going to pay any attention to the rest of ours.
It's the
I did
surround-
film one at Lake Superior over the weekend. I just need to send it in.
So content, people, content. We need content. We live in a content world, and I think Beast is gonna blow up his screen if he gets one more video from me.
A latecomer to the group, Rachel, our chair of merchants, who's had a very busy month this month as well.
Hello. We have, is it 2 or 3 new merchants?
I believe
3, I think. We've also got currently 5 people for the loot box. I'm trying to push for more in the last couple of hours, but people aren't filling out my sign up sheet. So please sign up, and so I know who's sending stuff in. It really helps me. Yeah, we've got a lot going on right now. We've got a lot of people interested in signing up for merchants as well. Well, I keep pushing. So
that's awesome to see. Galaxy, I've gotten 1 donation for the auction. Have you received any of the donations for the loot box yet?
No, sir. I have a confirmation of postage from the little hammer that would,
Okay.
but I haven't received anything yet.
Okay.
I have the dates, and they're all shipping tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And of course, I'm going to hand you mine on the 10th when we get together.
And you also have mine from last month that didn't get sent out. So I'm going to collect a few things from you this week.
Mm-hmm. So I'll put those out on the 10th when we come out.
Right. Perfect. Rachel, did you have a chance to look at that new auction app?
I did. I took a look at it. I think was it today or yesterday?
Okay.
It looks great. Let me know what you need doing, and I'll gladly chip in.
You and I will get together on that. I just wanted you to look through it first and make sure that we could get together. But
yeah,
Rachel is my partner in crime on this fundraiser project we're working on. So merchants, get with Miss Rachel, and members, contact either one of us. Please donate.
Awesome. Quick shout out as a wrap up to our silent chair this evening, Dan, down there in the bottom. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. Any of the posts and such that you guys see out on the Facebooks and Twitters and stuff like that, generally those are being handled by Dan, who is the chair of public relations and is always quick to get stuff out when asked. So Dan, we appreciate you, and here's your shout out.
That was a silent shout out.
Anyone else have anything else they need to discuss this evening? Do I hear a motion to dismiss?
Motion.
Dismiss.
All right. We have the motions at this point, 8:44 p.m. on August 31st, 2022. We're now calling this meeting to a close. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss Craig.
Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig.